Hi, welcome to Bright Green Projects. The purpose of this video is to give you a quick overview of the product so you can get started with your first project right away. You can access this page at any time by clicking the Getting Started link in the top right-hand corner of the page. Across the top of the screen, you can see the tabs Requirements, Risks, Issues, and Actions. These are the main entities that can be managed in Bright Green. If you want to create a new card, it's just a matter of hitting this little plus icon to the side. We then have a tab for the planner, which is for release and iteration planning, and then the wall. So to start with, let's select the Overview tab on the left. The first thing you'll see when logging into Bright Green is the Overview screen, and it's a summary of the current project. Just to note that the current project is always displayed on the top left-hand corner of the page here in the Project Selector. Now let's take a look in a little bit more detail at the Overview screen. On the left here is a list of all the recent activity in the project. Now on the bottom right, there are some shortcuts to some reports and charts, especially the burn down chart. On the right, we have the comment section, which is a list of all the comments which have been sent to you. And finally, in the top right-hand corner is the My Work section. This is a list of all the work which is assigned to you. For example, we've got 6 cards in Release 1 Sprint 2, or there are 3 open risk switchers assigned to you. We'll click on the 6 open cards in the Release 1 Sprint 2 now, and this is going to take us straight to the wall. The wall is a virtual wall chart where all the requirements and issues and iterations are represented as cards. The columns are different statuses: plans and development, test, and done. Simply drag the cards into different columns to change the status. Clicking on this group wall link groups the cards by pairing. This is particularly useful, showing all the tasks related to a single story. And we can't recommend enough having this view on a big LCD screen with your team at all times. This really helps keep your team focused. Let's take a look at the planner. The planner is where you do all your release and iteration planning. On the left is the backlog, which is all the cards that have yet to be assigned to iteration. By default, it is a prioritized list. On the right are the releases and iterations. Clicking on the triangle shows all the cards that are part of the iteration. It's then simply a matter of dragging and dropping the cards from the backlog into each iteration. Take a look at requirement number 8. It has multiple requirements underneath it. In this case, just drag the parent and the children will automatically be added to the iteration. Clicking on the Requirements tab at the top of the screen will bring you to the Requirements Tree view, which will bring you to all the requirements in the system. Double-clicking a requirement brings up more details. A great feature of Bright Green is the ability to break stories down into tasks and represent them in a tree. If a requirement is children, you'll see this small triangle. Clicking on it will expose the cards. To add another child, click the Add Child button to the right. You'll quickly have thousands of requirements in a large implementation. The powerful filters at the top of the screen will allow you to quickly find what you were looking for. These can be saved and bookmarked. To change the sort order, simply click the column heading. Now, let's drill into detail by clicking on the ID. As the name implies, the detail view is where we hold all the details around the specific card. First of all, we can see the standard fields. Next, as we scroll down, we see this requirement has a few images attached. Clicking on the image will show the image in a pop-up, which is nice for viewing screenshots or wide frames. As we scroll further down, we can see the Comments and Changes section. This is where the audit trail is stored along with any comments. To add a new comment, simply enter it into the box and hit Submit. This will also send the recipient an email. To the right is the Dependencies panel. Let's take a look in more detail. First of all, we can see that this requirement has 6 child tasks under it. To add another, click the Add button. Next set of dependencies, we can see that this requirement has a dependency on an action, 2 issues, and a risk. To break this dependency, hit this cross. To create a new dependency, click the Add button. It's then a matter of entering a few keywords, searching, and hitting Submit. Finally, we'll go through some of the basic admin functions. The Users tab is where you'll find information about all the bright green users. To add a new user, simply click this button. Next along is the Projects tab. Visibility in bright green is driven at the project's level. So when you drill into a specific project, you'll be able to see which users are associated with it. Next is the Custom Values tab. This is used to customize values in drop-down lists, such as statuses or type. Next is the Custom Fields tab. This entity actually allows you to add your own custom fields to add to each entity, a very powerful feature. The Data Uploading tab, which is for uploading data into the system. And finally, we have the Billing information, which has all the information about the plan that you're on. Thanks. And if you have any more questions, please use the support link in the top right-hand corner of the screen. This allows you to have a live chat with one of our consultants. Also, feel free to email us at support@brightgreenprojects.com or call any of the phone numbers listed on our website